You want to talk about New York Comic Con?
Let's.
Lot of stuff coming out of New York Comic Con. A show that we haven't really talked about that much on this podcast, but I know we're both huge fans of.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Stranger Things.
Ugh.
Took Netflix by storm. You finished that in one day.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I want this show to last at least 2 to 3 days, and I had the entire day off. No school, no radio station, no nothing. I started at 12 o'clock. I ended at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, what just happened? Like, I stopped maybe to get food, and that was it. Like, I was in my room.
That sounds like a great day.
It was. It was so relaxing. As relaxing as watching Stranger Things can be with all the trying to figure out what's going on. But, oh my gosh, was it just such a great show.
It was really good. And Season 2 has been confirmed. Yes. I believe they're filming it right now. Well, they had a panel at New York Comic Con, and this is courtesy of io9.gizmodo.com. Barbara was the surprise hit of Stranger Things, with tons of Barbettes wanting the shunned BFF to seek her vengeance in Season 2 of the hit Netflix series. Well, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Stranger Things stars Millie Bobby Brown, who played Eleven, and David Harbour, who played Chief Hopper, had a panel at New York Comic Con, and they said that Barbara would not be returning.
Sad day.
It is, but I think given what happened, I think it's the right route to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much see that she's dead.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that. I mean, you're not Lazarus. But, I think that if they would have brought her back, that would have taken way too much attention off of other things that are going to be going on in Season 2. And, they want to keep your focus on what's going on and not be like, oh, you want Barb back? Here she is.
Yeah.
I think if there was a viable way they could have brought her back, then maybe that would have been okay. But with us clearly seeing that the monster had killed her, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to get into spoilers anyway, but also the focus needs to be, where is Eleven? What's happened with Will since he's been in the Upside Down world? Because there were a lot of teasers for what they could do for Season 2, and I think they need to focus on that and not bringing Barbara back. Maybe if they brought her back for like a flashback and just bring the actress back, that could be kind of cool, and that would be a way that you could satisfy all the Barbettes.
You get the best of both worlds, as Miley Cyrus once sung.
And Van Hagar.
I was going with something that would annoy people more, because that's my thing.
I know a lot of people hate Van Hagar, especially those the diehard Van Halen fans.
You're right.
Yeah. Something else that happened, Justice League Dark. This is something I love DC animation.
Yeah.
So I am really, really excited.
And this has your boy Constantine in it.
It does.
You scroll down and it should show you pictures, unless you're on a different one than I am.
This is courtesy of IGN. At the New York Comic Con Justice League Dark panel, director Jay Oliva talked about how the new animated supernatural superhero movie, try saying that 5 times fast.
Yeah, good luck.
Was inspired by Harry Potter, the Final Fantasy video games, and the Full Metal Alchemist anime. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I was inspired by a lot of the magic I watched in a lot of my old video games. I was also inspired by things like Full Metal Alchemist. I take a lot of the things that I love and throw them into the DCU and come up with something new. So we know that magic is going to be involved. We've got Constantine, we've got Zatanna. So magic's definitely going to be there.
Yeah, and what he talked about going back with, I want to say it was, Full Metal Alchemist and Final Fantasy, is everybody's magic is usually like a different color. Like Constantine's green, Zatanna's is like either a white or a blue sometimes, and the demons is usually red or something like that. And that's what he's trying to pull in from all of these different shows, is to how to best present magic, because we've seen magic done in movies and cartoons and stuff like that, and it looks horrible. So at least Oliva is trying to figure out a way to best bring out the magic for Justice League Dark that's going to make everything look really well and look really clean and polished, because we don't want this to be crap. Because I know I haven't watched the Constantine show. You have, and you loved him. But I've watched a lot of shows that had Zatanna in it, and she was awesome. So I mean, I'm hoping this does well.
When I think of Zatanna, I always think of the Smallville incarnation because she was in several episodes of that. One cool thing about this, Matt Ryan, who played Constantine, and
not the quarterback,
will be at Pensacon in February, which I'm very excited for. He said that he is down to play more Constantine in whatever form that may take, whether it be on Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, or another animated feature. Did you see his appearance on Arrow?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, that was the highlight of that whole season.
Oh yeah, it was just so cool with him coming in, giving him the magic brand or whatever, and just his character in general was cool.
I was hoping that they would make him a regular in season 2 of Legends, but it looks like they're going with the exact same cast.
Yeah.
Which kind of was contrary to what was originally reported. They said that it would be a rotating cast.
Yeah.
Like, my hope was they would have Constantine, maybe the Wally West incarnation of the Flash, and a few other new people, like minor characters that you can introduce in Flash, Arrow, and now even Supergirl, and bring them into Legends of Tomorrow. But
it would have been cool, but we'll have to kind of see what they're planning on doing with that show because, at this point, they had so many options that they could go with.
And I think that as much as I would love to see Matt Ryan appear again in Arrow, with the direction they're going with the show, I don't know if it would be a good fit.
Because they're trying to get away from more of the magic stuff now, and bringing Constantine in would be like, oh, look, more magic.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what would be interesting is if Constantine appeared on The Flash.
Ooh.
Because he is completely different from the tone of that show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he fits with Arrow.
Yeah.
Like, the tone of it, but Flash would be very interesting.
I wonder how they would play off of each other. That would be my biggest question of how Constantine and Barry Allen if they would mesh, or would they kind of be at odds with each other. So that would be.
Yeah.
If you notice, I blanked because I forgot both their names there for a second.
No, it's all good.
Still kind of
You
early.
recovered, though.
I did. Really well.
Yeah, it is pretty early. Nostalgia stuff.
Whew.
First, we'll get to that in a second. Legends of the Hidden Temple.
You psyched me out, Derek.
There's a movie coming out. I did. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Loved the show as a kid.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be on it. I always wanted the Blue Barracudas to win. They never would.
No.
They'd be lucky if they made it past the moat. They announced a while back that they're doing a TV movie.
Mm-hmm.
A trailer came out about a month or two ago, and it was okay. I mean, it looked kind of like your typical kids' TV movie.
Yeah.
But 2 days ago, they dropped another one.
Trailer number Doso.
And boy, does it look good.
Yeah, it definitely stepped up in a big way from the first one. You had the Green Monkey. I mean, you had... there are just so many things that are so iconic to the show back in the day. That you got to see in this trailer, and I mean, the acting doesn't look bad from the kids.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think this is going to be really fun, especially for the people our age who are like, so wrapped up in nostalgia right now that it's not even funny.
I feel like the first trailer was made for kids who currently watch Nickelodeon, and this one was made for us, the ones who grew up watching it, because you see like the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, you see the kids getting chased by a red jaguar. The temple guards come to life. One of the kids throws the pendant of life in a door and is able to go through it. And then the ending, when you see Olmec, and he says, "The choice is yours."
Ugh.
And he sounds exactly the same as he did from the show. I got chills. I'm not going to lie.
Right now, with so many things that are coming back from our childhood, this is one of the ones that... what was for me very unexpected, because I expected this to really never come back.
Yeah,
and to know that it has made its way back is mind-boggling, because I just cannot wait to go out and watch it now. Like that, Power Rangers, so many different things that I want to see.
Well, speaking of Power Rangers, the first trailer finally came out. At New York Comic Con. It actually was released early.
Yeah.
It was supposed to premiere during their panel, but someone from Lionsgate jumped the gun and put it online early. This, I am very, very excited for.
Especially seeing the part where, in the original Power Rangers, they all they got were suits, so they could take a shot better, but they didn't have any like superpowers or anything like this one. You saw once they got their gems or whatever, the coins or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the power coins.
You saw he was able to bust through the sink, and they jumped a freaking canyon and stuff like that. And they're still going to have martial arts training and stuff like that. But I just think that everything looked so cool. It's so much darker feeling than, and not darker in like a bad way, but more of like a gritty feel to it.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that movie Chronicle a little bit, like the look of it, and also with the scenes in the high school, a little bit of Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
I mean I've watched the trailer multiple times now. I think the fact that it seems similar to the show. I mean, you've got the same named characters and everything, which I think was the right thing to do. Because I remember on one of the old episodes we talked about how it was going to be a continuation, and it was going to be the original Rangers giving the new ones their powers, which would have been kind of cool to see them. But I think just straight up going with a reboot, I think, is the way to go.
It would work.
What little bit of action scenes we saw, I think, looked really good.
Yeah.
I personally like Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa. It's kind of funny because it seems like every time Power Rangers news comes out, I'm not on the show. But I've been a fan of hers from the beginning. Like, I've liked her outfit and everything, which I have a theory on, because she has two different outfits. I think with one of them, the main one we've seen her in with the armor and everything, I think she uses the green power coin for it.
I can see that.
And at the end, we'll get a tease of the Green Ranger.
Ooh.
To me, the perfect way to end this movie would be the kids go back to high school, and there's this martial arts competition going on, and they meet Tommy Oliver.
Oh.
And that's how you end the movie.
That would be a good way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Miss Banks, I wasn't a huge fan of her at the beginning, but she's been one of those things that have kind of grown on me, just like the more armored-looking power suits that they got. I mean, wasn't huge on those at the beginning, but everything's kind of, I'm seeing things kind of like in new light right now, seeing everything, because I felt like I was just clinging on to too much of what the old show was. And I love the old show, but like going back right now, all of that's like really outdated, and like the power armor type thing that they have now is a better way to go. It looks cooler. It's more sleek, and I guess people enjoy seeing that more now than what they would with the older costumes. But, I'm anything that they're doing right now, everything that I'm hearing, I'm super excited about this trailer. Just kind of up the ante for me. So I'm just ready for this to come out and watch it.
And I like that it's got a nice mix of new cast and veterans. Like, the veterans to me are in the perfect role. Like, you've got Bryan Cranston as Zordon, which is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa, which I think is great. They recently announced that Bill Hader is going to be the voice of Alpha 5, which I think is a good choice.
Yeah.
Just confirmed, I think I read this morning, but Goldar, Rita's number one guy,
handyman,
is going to be in this movie.
Ugh.
I'm a big Goldar fan, even when he was a little bit of a bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what they do with him.
I am too. I think that they could do a lot with that character, especially with, Rita Repulsa being such a big deal. And, they fought Goldar all the time in the show. So
he would always escape right before the Megazord would throw that sword down.
So, I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with him. I hope they don't mess him up. I don't think they will, because they seem to be doing a really good job so far. So,
I'm hoping they don't do too much for this movie. Like, I would bring Zed in, but it would be in the second one, or maybe even the third one. Like, say the second one can be about Rita and the Green Ranger.
So when do we see Ooze?
Hopefully never.
Kidding.
The Ooze is back. That was so terrible. I actually watched a top 10 video of worst movie villains of all time, and he was on it. Deservedly so.
My Tango Warriors.
That he made out of his snot. But no, what I would do is I would have the second one be Rita recruits Tommy.
Yeah.
And the Green Ranger's the primary villain.
And
then the third one is when you bring Zed in, and he kind of overthrows Rita and takes over.
I think that would be a good like timeline thing that's starting right there.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to see the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing right now is who's...
Even though the White Ranger's better.
I agree. I 100% agree. Zach will disagree with us both.
I mean, he had a talking sword.
Saba.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the White Tiger was pretty awesome. I mean, the Dragon Sword's great too, but to me, that White Tiger, when you see it like running across the field and then it can transform into battle mode.
Oh, yeah.
So awesome.
I mean, even the White Ranger's like ninja outfit was cool, and he had the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Psh.
You can't beat a Falcon.
No, man.
Well, I mean, unless you're 31 other NFL teams.
You're right.
Even though, they're doing good now, but they have to go to Denver, and I don't think things are going to go very well
I
for
hope
them.
not.